The FDA is in the untenable position of having its decisions often questioned and ridiculed publicly. This frequently happens when approved drugs and devices are shown to have safety concerns in actual medical practice post-approval. Fire alarm congressional oversight makes the FDA reticent to promote health. Police patrol oversight, which is intended to make sure that the letter and spirit of the laws passed by Congress are indeed enacted by the FDA, has not been performed effectively. So the FDA is permitted to recoil and make approval requirements, especially for drugs that treat diseases that affect millions of Americans, much, much more onerous. These are the critical elements of the vicious cycle of regulation that has led to the current situation. An ultra-risk-averse FDA that sees its main duty to protect, not to promote health. And the cycle continues to turn, and with each turn, pre-approval requirements escalate such that balance with post-approval vigilance, as provided for in the law, is lost. Another important sequela of the vicious cycle is that many products that could benefit patients are not even developed. A good illustration of this is in the number of orphan drugs for niche indications that are being approved. In 2014, 40% of all drug approvals were for orphan claims. In 2015, 48% were for orphan indications, the highest number since the Orphan Drug Act was passed. If you were a drug developer, which route would you choose? To develop drugs for niche claims, which require shorter and less expensive trials? Or drugs for conditions that affect millions of people, requiring epidemiological scale humongous studies with long follow-up periods and exhaustive post-approval requirements? How can this problem be fixed? We propose that the FDA establish categories of approval according to the nature of the clinical evidence used to support effectiveness. That is, used to demonstrate that the products are not snake oil. The four categories include biomarker changes, improvements in clinical signs and symptoms, disease modification, and clinical outcomes including survival. Similar paradigms are offered for medical devices and diagnostics. Market forces, that is, competitor activities, demands from doctors and patients, or payer demands, not the FDA, would govern whether sponsors decide to perform additional studies, either pre-approval or post-approval, to support broader and higher-order claims. FDA's implementation of orders of approval would provide clear and unambiguous regulatory pathways to approval, without undermining FDA's authority to adjudicate safety and effectiveness. It is also straightforward. Language in the claim itself will clearly communicate to physicians the most important information about the drug, device, or diagnostic, and the effect that physicians can expect from its use. I would like to acknowledge my co-author, Dr. Jason Brigham, as well as our illustrator and animation producer, Dana Hammond.